Also, we have the club body program today, which means that we are going to stick to time. We're going to be strict with time today. We have 2 speeches for 5 to 7 minutes. So at the 5th minute, you see the green card, 6th minute, you see the yellow card, and the 7th minute, you see the red card. For table topics, it's 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, the green card, at 1 minute, 30 seconds, the yellow card, and at the 2nd minute, you see the red card. And for evaluations, we have 2 to 3 minutes. So at the 2nd minute, you see the green card, at 2 minutes, 30 seconds, you see the yellow card, and the 3rd minute, you see the red card. Every other event will also be through the agenda. So once you see the red card or the yellow card, it means you should wrap up. For example, role players introduction or role players report or any other transition. Thank you very much. General Evaluator.
Okay. So thank you for standing in for Toastmaster Ruth Ijema. The next person I'm delighted to introduce as one of my teammates is someone who I met in Unilag while she was speaking, and I was scintillated with her performance. And I moved closer to her and I said, "Madam, what's the magic? How is it possible for you to speak with confidence and everybody can just connect with you?" And she smiled and she said, "What's your name?" I said, "Ibrahim." She said, "Okay. Have you heard about Toastmasters?" I said, "No. What do they do there?" She said, "Go and find out. And I can tell you, join them, you can do better." Please, let's welcome Toastmaster Stella Odunwa DTM. She's going to be the counter of today's event. And Stella Odunwa is a human resource management executive in the public sector in Nigeria, a master's degree holder from the University of Lagos, a distinguished Toastmaster and member of Toastmasters International. She finds real joy mentoring and building people. Yeah, definitely. She loves traveling, working with and meeting people. She's also a seasoned leader, a motivational and a public speaker, trainer, and a reader. She is the past director of Division F and believes in continuous self-development. Please a virtual applause for Toastmaster DTM, Stella Odunwa, as she explained her role as the accountant. Thank you.
The General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and our guests here. It's a pleasure having you all at today's meeting. I quite enjoy this concept of Oldies meeting together. My role as the accountant is one that will ensure that I will listen to all the R's and false feelers that we have in today's meeting and take note of them. At the end of the meeting, I will give feedback on how many R's and how many false feelers we all had in the course of our speeches. It is to be hoped that we will eliminate false feelers to ensure that we speak better. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, DTM, Stella Odunwa. It's a pleasure having you as a role player today, man. Without much ado, I'll move to the next role player for today that I'm going to be working closely with, the grammarian of today, TM Bimbola Showemimo. Who is this wonderful person? She's a brand marketing and customer service person with strong faith and administration skill, which traverses both private and public sector organizations in Nigeria and England. Our communication and etiquette training skill has endeared her to give training and mentoring to young pupils and has been pivotal to the growth of so many young professionals without straining their budget. She has given training, coaching at both corporate and individual level. Abimbola, a certified John Maxwell team member, is a transformational confidence coach, an advanced Toastmaster empowerment living member, and is energetic, highly motivated, and creative. She is currently the Chief Operating Officer of Horizon Org International Limited, a training consultant and coaching company. Please, with a virtual applause, let's welcome the grammarian of today's event, Toastmaster Abimbola Showemimo. Kindly introduce your role.
Thank you. Good day, everybody. Nice to be here. Nice to see a lot of old faces I hadn't seen before I introduce the role. Dr. Ayesa Moju, nice to see you. Auntie Moj, nice to see you. It's a pleasure being here. Thank you for coming up with this concept of oldies goldies. Yes, we are old, but we're not. We are old, but we're not old. Oladile would know what I'm talking about. Age is just a number for me. So it's nice to be here. So without much ado, let me go straight. The word of today is revel. 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 It's a time or instance of carefree fun, celebration time. We're here to revel. They spend the afternoon reveling with their buddies. And it's very appropriate that we have this word today because we're here to celebrate our oldies. We're here to celebrate ourselves. So I'd love you to use the word during your speeches. The word is revel, revel. And my role as a grammarian also is to look out for people who use the words and then use out for grammatical, I wouldn't call them mistakes, but grammatical red flags and things that we can point out at the end of the day. Thank you so much, the evaluator.
Yeah, thank you most graciously, the grammarian of today, Toastmaster Bimbola Shiwemiwon. Thank you for that.
Abby, please. Abby.
Abby,
Yes,
okay?
okay,
noted, Abby, thank you. So there's an adage that says that it's the bigger masquerade that comes last. The person I'm going to be working with today, and let me just go straight. Listen evaluator, Big Mike Omotosho DTM. Quick one. Big Mike joined Toastmaster in 2009 as a charter president of Unity Toastmaster Club of Abuja, the premier Toastmaster club hub of the Niger, and became the first homegrown distinguished Toastmaster in Nigeria in 2010. He was the Nigerian representative to the West African Territorial Council and became the Lieutenant Governor Education for 2 consecutive years before transiting to be the chairman of the council. He went to the Senate convention and got a retroactive approval for District 94 and thus became the pioneer governor of Toastmasters District 94. When he led the district to become the best district in the entire Toastmaster world in 2013 to 2014, his passion is to empower thousands of professionals and leaders to become the speaker and leader they dream of becoming. I'm one of those people that have benefited from this. DTM, Michael Motosho, you are welcome. The listening evaluator, kindly introduce your role to the members, please.
All those of thanks, our general evaluator, Ibrahim. First, enthused at this novel idea, and kudos to the district director, Patrick, and the leadership of Division F. I am particularly enthralled to see fellow veterans like Coach Olunike, Toastmasters Femi, Stella, RSB, Auntie Abby, even the Aiji Shimojus, just to mention a few. When Toastmaster Abubakar called me and said there's a veteran meeting, I laughed. I said, so I'm now a veteran. I was bedazzled. But then, so it is. Quickly to my role, our anatomy is such that we've got 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we can listen twice as much as we speak. Fellow Toastmasters, the obvious advantages of listening are numerous, besides faster learning and the opportunity to make impromptu decisions. You will agree with me that listening has a plethora of benefits, including respect for the person talking to you, and more importantly, an opportunity to actually develop a culture of a better communication. Reveling through your educational journey, you will notice that you have been taught several things, like how to read, write, act, even talk, but nobody probably has taught you how to listen. Today, I encourage you to revel in the meeting, but remember to listen to every speaker, as I will be asking a few questions at the end of the meeting. Old is indeed gold. Please have fun.
Indeed,
The GA.
distinguished Toastmaster Mike Omotosho, thank you for that concise function. So please, without much ado, my role as a general evaluator is simple. It's just to oversee. It's just the role of a general overseer to watch out for the time management, how we comport ourselves, and generally how the meeting goes in totality. And I hope we have a revel meeting as I hand over the virtual lectern to the Toastmaster of the day, DTM Kayode Yusuf. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. General Evaluator, for introducing your team to us this morning. Quickly, I'll move on to the next segment of the meeting, which is the table topics session. Like I mentioned earlier on, the table topics session is an opportunity for us to speak off the cuff. From my experience, it's usually revealing. The anchor this morning is a woman I respect so much. Monishola Ishimoju is the immediate past president of Merit Toastmasters Club and has been 2 times president of Merit Toastmasters. Okay, that was an error. 2-time president of Merit. Okay, she has been past president and 2-time president of Merit Toastmasters Club. She is a health and wellness consultant and a clinic administrator. She is a mentor to a number of clubs, including Merit Toastmasters itself and the Ghanaian Toastmasters Club, obviously not in Nigeria. DTM Aishmoju has served meritoriously in the district offices and has been area director, area 19, and 2 times chair of the district 94 credentials committee, where she served for 5 mandates and continues to be a member till date. This morning, distinguished Toastmaster Monishola Aishmoju would serve as our table topics master. Distinguished Toastmaster Aishmoju, please.
Thank you, Uncle Kayode, as we fondly call you here. I rebel to take over the lectern from you. I joined Toastmasters because I thought it's a place to have fun. As a Toastmaster, I realized that it's a place where I can become a born again. I have become a born again by being a Toastmaster. A place where I have learned to speak better and learned to help others better. Most things that happen to you in life are impromptu. Impromptu in your relationships with your spouses, at work, on the street, and at Toastmasters. In every circumstance, we are enjoying to revel in that which Toastmaster gives to us, to express respect, to display excellence, to show that at Toastmasters and in life, integrity is key. How do we practice this spontaneously? At Toastmasters, we have this segment where we share thoughts that enable us to express our core values at all times in life. This afternoon, I have 4 questions on which we shall have 4 Toastmasters revel their thoughts. One of them is, but before I go to the topic, may I invite he that I consider to be our number 1 and yet behaves like the youngest, our own Big Mike, to be the one to please anchor this segment for us. Toastmaster Mike, may I have you respond to the first question, please?
Absolutely, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. The question is, do not think or brand anything old as waste. Do not think or brand anything old as waste. In 2 minutes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, the table topics, master. Do not think or brand anything old as wastes. This reminds me of a jaunt that I had to Israel a few years back. And while reveling in the plane, a certain gentleman approached me and said he's got some artifacts to sell. And I was wondering what artifacts he had to sell. Coming from Israel, Jerusalem to be precise, I thought I bought the bulk of everything that I had. Then he came forward and said, well, he's got a beautiful skull, and the skull goes for $5,000. I said, wow, $5,000 for a skull? That's pretty expensive. He said, no, it's the skull of Moses. And I said, oh, okay, that's impressive that you're able to lay your hands on the skull of Moses. But then I still cannot afford $5,000. Would you want to offer me something? Do you have something less expensive? Lo and behold, he brought out another skull, a smaller skull. And he said, how much do I have in mind? I said, well, maybe between $300 and $500. He said, well, you can have the small skull for $300 to $500. $500, I'll give it to you if you're ready. I said, so what makes this very special? He said, well, it's also the skull of Moses. I said, how can it be the skull of Moses? He said, well, it's the skull of Moses when he was a baby. Of course, I laughed, but I realized that at the end of the day, his selling skills was what he was trying to use, because I narrowly missed the opportunity to realize that it's impossible to actually have two skulls for Moses. Fellow Toastmasters, based on his own experience and selling skills, you will agree with me that it's impossible to actually brand or think anything old as wastes. Gold. Old is indeed gold. The table topics master.
Thank you, Big Mike, for your share. I reveled as I told you, a trolling story on the subject. Don't brand anything old as waste. I learned so much from that. My second topic is going to go to Toastmaster Folake Fashina. Do we have Toastmaster Folake Fashina in the room?
Yes. Yes, I'm
Please,
here.
may I have you as my second respondent? The topic is memories are called golden. Make them golden. Memories are called golden. Make them golden. Thank you.
Good afternoon, my colleagues, Toastmasters. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to speak this afternoon. I revel in speech making. Please, the question again.
Memories are called golden. Make them golden.
Yes. Our pictures when we was young as children, we normally take pictures of maybe when we were young, when we were marking our birthdays, weddings, celebrations. those pictures, they are for our remembrance, for us to revel in them as we mature, so that when we see these pictures, we'll be so glad to see how we looked like when we were young, to remember our weddings, our anniversaries, birthdays. So those pictures, they serve good purposes to remind us of those celebrations. And we need to take good care of these albums for us to show our children. Even as we are maturing, we need to show them to our friends. When they come to visit us, they will see how we have been able to spend our youthful age, and during our celebrations, convocation ceremonies, and so on. They are golden. We need to cherish them. So, and I wish everyone we also imbibe the spirit of keeping our photographs, albums, and other pamphlets that we receive during occasions when we go out for outings. They are very good to remind us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Folake Fadian. I reveled as I went with you through the memory lanes that enabled you make pictures, recall memories, and make them golden. The last topic for today is going to go to Toastmaster Dada Taiwo. Is he in the house? Toastmaster Dada Taiwo? If we don't have Toastmaster Dada Taiwo in the house, do we have Toastmaster Maureen Daisy in the house?
Hello, good evening. Sorry, I'm here. Please, can I get that?
You're very welcome.
Again?
As I
Thank you
that
very
my
much.
guest, Dada Taiwo, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. The last question is going to go to you. It's an admonition, actually. It goes thus: don't disrespect your elders. It pays not to. Don't disrespect your elders. It pays not to do so. Toastmaster.
Thank you very much for that. Elders are the ones we look up to in the society. They guide, help, and lead us. We have to give them necessary respect at every point. We have to honor them at every point. This reminds me of a story while I was in secondary school. Every morning when I passed through a particular place, I didn't know there was a particular man that actually noticed the way I greet. So one morning, the man was so interested in the way I greet people when I pass, and he called me. He said he liked the way I used to greet people, but he would want me to do more. That whenever I pass through his side and whenever I see him, I should prostrate. And that shows that I'm actually recognizing him as an elder in the community. So he said it and I left. The following day, as I was passing, he thought I won't do that. But when I got to where he was sitting, I prostrated and he was so happy. He said, okay, for what I did this morning, when I'm coming back, he has a gift for me. And lo and behold, when I was coming back, he actually gave me a special gift on my way back from school. So it shows that elders too appreciate being respected. And every young person actually desire to grow old and also be respected. So it's like a seed that we sow today to reap tomorrow. So no, at any point should anybody disrespect the elders. We all hope to get to their stage one day, and we hope to also be respected. Be in any culture, be in any society, respect is universal. So elderly people are the ones that actually set the pace for us. They are the one we are following. They are the one we are learning from. So we must respect them. We must appreciate them. We must honor them at every point. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, TM Dada. As you reveled, as you shared your ability to respect elders and how you got paid and also learned from that. The session is over. The table topics master.
Thank you very much, Madam Topics Master. Very exciting session, if you ask me. As this is our culture in Toastmasters, we say breakfast is feedback, I beg your pardon, is the breakfast of champions. To move the meeting forward, I'd like to invite Toastmaster Yewande Itekim Rex to give us a brief evaluation of how all of our speakers fared today. Toastmaster Yewande Itekim Rex is a seasoned Toastmaster who loves to work with youth at every opportunity she gets. She joined Toastmasters in February 2009 and achieved the Competent Communication Award in April the same year. She got the Advanced Communication Bronze Award in January 2010, and after that, she had bagged several other Toastmasters awards. She has served in many capacities as a Toastmasters leader. She has served as secretary in 2009 and 2010. She served as president of Surulere Toastmasters Club in the year 2013 and as area director, Area 19 in 2018. She has participated in contests both at club and area levels where she won some and lost some. She joined the Pathways Crusade for Toastmasters and has achieved the Visionary Leader part and has begun 2 other parts. Yewande Itekim Rex is a passionate teacher and an avid movie buff. She is a lover of God who loves to sing, dance, and help others. I can confirm to you that one of my very first experiences with Toastmaster Itekim Rex was when she came to train us at Lighthouse Toastmasters. Please put your hands together to welcome our table topics evaluator for today, Toastmaster Yewande Itekim Rex. The floor is yours, ma'am.
Thank you, the Toastmaster. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, it's indeed a delight to be here, and I thank you for the opportunity to serve today as your table topics evaluator. I must commend Toastmaster Monisola Ayeshemoju, DTM, for a wonderful session. And one outstanding thing I love about her presentation today was the particular revealing way that she connected the endings of each of the speakers' speeches to move all of us on to the next presentation. It was really an effective connection of the table topics session. Thank you so much. The first speaker is a veteran speaker, one of our wonderful leaders in Toastmasters in Nigeria and in Africa for that matter, Toastmaster Mike Omotosho, DTM. He did a wonderful presentation using the style of narrative, which is a riveting use of a particular experience and incident at a particular time in his life to present the topic. It was an effective strategy on his part, and he did this so well. We were able to see the transitioning of the various activities that occurred during the event that eventually led to the denouement in the presentation, where there was a resolution of what was the climax of the event. However, I would like to say, most probably, our DTM has been out of speaking mode. Every one of us has been, for that matter. And I would like to say that he should watch out for those pause fillers that were not really elegant in his presentation. Otherwise, his presentation was so revealing, and we all enjoyed his narrative. Thank you, Toastmaster Mike Omotosho, DTM, for that awesome presentation. I move on to Toastmaster Folake Fashioner, who was asked to talk about memories. And I love the fact that she indicated something that all of us could easily identify with. It was a revealing identification of incidents in our growing up that everybody revels in, that is taking of pictures, and she took us through identification of all the different things, paraphernalias that we collect over the years that can be of effect to us to remember when we grow older, to remember the good times and the wonderful events that have helped to shape our lives. I love that presentation. However, I would like to point a few things, a little number of things that I would like you to work on. The fact that you had quite a number of fillers, you need to work on that. And I remember you saying that you love presentations. So take out some of those fillers and then allow your presentation to be a little more flowing rather than jerky, the way it was jerking. However, I love the way that you ended by calling all of us to action, to remember to take paraphernalias and pictures because they are effective ways to keep our memories intact. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Folake Fashioner, for that awesome presentation too. And our last speaker, Toastmaster Dada Taiwo, I thank you for that reverting experience that you brought from your childhood to do a presentation of what disrespect really means and to show us the value of respect to our elders. That is identifying a minute aspect of the presentation and dealing with it effectively. I love the fact that it helped all of us to remember the activities of our youth and to also see that there is gain in respecting our elders because you showed us that you had a gain, you were given a gift because of something that any other person will not mind doing, but you did, and you got something from it. I'd like to also say that you should work on some of the expressions that you use during presentation. Number of them are repeating. For example, the meaning of thing on my way coming back. Coming back is on the way. So when you join the two of them, there are so many others, but I'd like you to remember that working on yourself is a going process. Thank you all so much for the wonderful presentation and the opportunity to do this evaluation. The Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Yewande Tekem Resk. It was revealing to listen to you give these evaluations, and it gives credence to the fact that you are a teacher. Quickly, we'll move on to the prepared speeches segment, which is the second part of this meeting. During the prepared speeches segment, we have speakers who had prepared and would reveal unto us the speeches that they have. Our first speaker is our immediate past Division F director. Before I introduce him, I would want to call on his evaluator to give us an understanding of what his speech this morning would be. His evaluator is a lawyer. She is a seasoned corporate commercial lawyer. She is a founding partner of AEO Law Practice, a prolific writer and an author, having published a bestseller titled Metamorphosis, Tales of a Lawyer Girl. Please put your hands together to welcome virtually to this lectern, Toastmaster Adiola Oshifeko as she gives us the objectives of distinguished Toastmaster Oluyemi Adeosun's speech this morning. Toastmaster Adiola, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, I am revealed to be here after a very long time. It's such a pleasure. Thank you, DTM Kayode, for that auspicious introduction. I am very, very revealed at the moment. But I need the objective of my speaker's speech. I haven't been given his objectives. I don't know what manual he's speaking from.
Tim Gimba, please.
Hi, Toastmaster Adiola. So this is going to be a freelance speech. It doesn't really belong to a particular manual or pathway. We just want an informative 5 to 7 minute speech with a structure, a body, an introduction, and a conclusion.
All right, then. Thank you, Vice President Education. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, kindly receive to me our first speaker for today, who will be revealing us with his presentation. One thing I would like for you to look out for is the fact that you must connect with your audience and take us through your presentation in a seamless way. I wish you the very best, and I'll be back to give you your evaluate your speech. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Evaluator. Oluyemi Adeosun DTM joined Toastmasters International in the year 2009 and has served in various capacities in the past with an excellent track record. He was previously the Area 17 director, where I had the opportunity to work with him as president of Inlax Toastmasters Club. He served as club president at Eagle Toastmasters, vice president education at Eagle, mentor to Business School Netherlands Toastmasters Club, and Russell Smith Toastmasters Club. He was former member of the committee for District 94 Electoral Committee. He was also the past recipient of the Triple Crown Award. Oluyemi Adeosun DTM has attended several Toastmasters conferences across Africa in Mali, Togo, Niger Republic, Cote d'Ivoire, and several locations in Nigeria. He is a practicing human resources professional and a council member for the Chartered Institute of Personnel Management of Nigeria, and also a governing council member of the same institute. He holds the record of being the tallest Toastmaster in District 94. This morning, Oluyemi Adeosun DTM will be speaking on a speech titled Postgraduate Education, The Journey So Far. Please join me to welcome to the virtual lectern, Oluyemi Adeosun DTM.
Thank you so much, the Toastmaster of the day. Standing on existing protocols, my privilege and pleasure to be here. 5 years ago, I enrolled for a Master's of Philosophy and PhD program at the University of Lagos, Department of Economics to be precise. Prior to this, I used to hear people spend 5, 8, 10, 12 years for their PhD programs. And I used to wonder how unserious or uncommitted they must be. After all, some people in this same institution complete the program within 3 years, and sometimes they are able to even enjoy and revel as they move along. Ladies and gentlemen, veterans, Toastmasters and guests, you won't believe it. This is my 5th calendar year into the program, my 4th academic year into the program. Guess what? I've just barely been able to convert from MPhil to PhD. When I joined this program, when I enrolled, my main purpose was to get a degree, get a title, just like the way they say DTM. I wanted to be called doctor, PhD holder. I was soon made to realize that the PhD program was literally an apprenticeship program where you focus on learning how to learn, learning how to research, and how to publish research. During this period, in these last 4 years, 4 academic years, 5 calendar years, I've been opportuned to go to foreign institutions for short-term programs and PhD academies. I've been exposed to global scholars and network. One thing was a recurring feedback. Most of the time, when I submit a paper and I go to present, people always told me, Oluyemi Adeosun, your presentation was way better than your paper. In other words, my oral communication of my paper was more loaded than the substance in the paper. And I always tell them, it is because I am a Toastmaster. I have Toastmasters to thank for this. My first 3 years of being a student, a scholar, a PhD scholar, all my effort to publish in reputable journals did not yield any results. While many of the publishers were nice and they will give me pleasant feedback, even though they will end up saying no, I met a few publishers. They were very nasty. Perhaps they have not been exposed to the Toastmaster lifestyle, where you learn how to say no without being nasty. But I took the feedback. In Toastmasters, we say feedback is the breakfast of champions in their stride. And I began to get marginally better. Late into the year 2019 and early 2020, out of the blues, after like 40, 50 applications and attempts, I got a feedback that said my work has been accepted with major revision. After 8 more attempts and reviews, I finally got published in an international journal. Subsequently, I got published in a local journal, and boom, I've not looked back. Even though today, I'm still not near completing my PhD. But as at this morning, I have 25 published papers in reputable international journals. Journals like Elsevier, Emerald. I have collaborations with scholars, both in Nigeria, West Africa, East Africa, Southern Africa, and beyond. Just yesterday, I got wind of a list published by Elsevier, top 500 scholars from the University of Lagos, and I was ranked 353. Perhaps I need to go reveille just to refresh. The Toastmaster.
Oh, I forgot I was Toastmaster. I was actually reveling in that speech. Congratulations, distinguished Toastmaster Oluyemi Adeosun. That was a beautiful one. I wish I had a note and paper a pen and paper to just jot down several wonderful things that you had spoken about. But the wonderful thing is that this presentation is actually being live streamed, so we can go back to watch and enjoy this beautiful speech. Congratulations on your journey. I wish you the best as you move ahead in this journey. I'll quickly move on to our next speaker. Our next speaker is Toastmaster Femi Adeoti. He will be evaluated by the double DTM, Oladele Olunike. I'll quickly introduce the evaluator so that he would give us what to watch out for in this speech before I introduce the speaker. Oladele Olunike, DDTM. In addition to being the multi-award-winning celebrated quintessential polymath, the founding and lead consultant at Oladele Olunike and Associates, an African leading multifaceted, multi-sectoral and multi-services human capacity development and human capacity enhancement company. QP, as is fondly referred to, is a highly celebrated, highly sought after, and one of the most decorated and accomplished Toastmasters in West Africa. He joined Toastmasters International with Nigeria's premier Toastmasters Club, the celebrated Eagles Toastmasters Club, on the 1st of May, 2009. He joined the premier global Advanced Toastmasters Club Firebirds Collective in London, United Kingdom on the 1st of October, 2017. He is the best mentor. He is a recipient of the Best Mentor Award 2021 at Eagles Toastmasters. He is a multi-award winning international speaker, celebrated corporate trainer, high in demand business transformation and executive coach. And he is an accomplished master of ceremony. When he is not informing, instructing, and inspiring C-suite executives and business leaders to greatness, Oladele enjoys research, knowledge sharing, mentoring, intellectual analysis of movies, music appreciation, and travel. Please welcome distinguished Toastmaster Oladele Olunike as he tells us what to expect from Toastmaster Femi Adeoti's speech this morning.
Thank you very kindly, Mr. Toastmaster of the day, leaders of our district, leaders of our division, area and club level, past division directors, ladies and gentlemen. Today, a seasoned Toastmaster, a past president of Lighthouse Toastmasters Club, and a managing director of a leading information technology organization in Africa, will be delivering a speech that revels in his accomplishment as a leader in several capacities, at Toastmasters, in personal life, and of course in the corporate world. In the course of my evaluation today, because I recognize the high performance proficiency that he brings to the table, my bar of evaluation will be very high. Toastmaster Femi Adeoti is one who revels in presenting with polish, poise, and panache. Because there's a slight difference between presenting before a live audience and presenting virtually, Toastmaster Adeoti, I would encourage you to bring to the table all the regular skills of the mastery of the platform, eye contact, connecting with your audience, and getting to the point of your message in the course of your presentation. In the minutes that Toastmaster Adeoti has, he will be speaking on the ladder of accountability. The ladder of accountability. The Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, the quintessential polymath. Femi Adeoti is the Managing Director, CEO, African Operations for Inlax Computers Limited. He has extensive industry experience spanning over 25 years. He is an alumnus of the Harvard Business School and MIT. Femi is a technology visionary with a proven track record of business growth through deep customer engagement built on vast understanding of business verticals, and he possesses the unique ability to build on a foundation of existing assets in order to reignite innovation and drive growth. Femi Adeoti is the charter president of Lighthouse Toastmasters Club, which ended up giving birth to Lighthouse Prestige Toastmasters Club in 2013. He was also the brain behind Inlax Toastmasters Club, which started in the same year, 2013. If leadership were parenthood, I'll be glad to say Femi Adeoti would definitely be my father. Please, virtually, let's put hands together to welcome Femi Adeoti as he speaks on the ladder of accountability. Toastmaster Femi Adeoti, please.
The Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished leaders, guests, ladies and gentlemen. Today, which is a day of so much revelry and funfair, I'll be speaking about a topic that I've called the ladder of accountability. The ladder of accountability. According to Brian Tracy, a foremost leadership expert, accountability is one of the key factors for effective leadership. And every organization, fellow Toastmasters, every organization is looking for accountable people, and they revel when they have such people. The ladder of accountability rates how accountable people are on their attitude to problem solving. The ladder of accountability has 8 steps. Those operating on the first 4 steps are deemed to be unaccountable, while those operating on the last 4 steps are the accountable people, and they cause so much reveling based on the things that they do. The first step on this ladder, among those that are unaccountable, is for those that live in denial. Whenever there is a problem or a challenge, they wish it away. They assume that things will just turn out to be, and they leave problems to fester until it becomes a crisis. Those operating on this step are crisis managers. The second step are those that revel in blaming other people when there are challenges. Rather than looking for how to solve problems, they look for who to blame. These set of people, fellow Toastmasters, they pass the buck. They look for who to hang whatever issue rather than solving the problems. The third category on the ladder of those that are not accountable are those that give excuses. Whenever there are challenges, whenever there are issues, all they revel in doing is to give excuses rather than look for solutions to the problems. Foremost public speaker Les Brown, he said, if you are looking for excuses for whatever you don't want to do, you will always find many. The last of the set of those that are not accountable are those that wait and hope. This set of people wait and hope that the problem will just go away. The challenge with hope is that hope is not a strategy. This set of people don't work on strategy. They don't work on any plan to resolve issues. They just wait and hope and wish that the problems will go away. Most of the time, it does not. On the ladder, on this, those that are accountable, the first rung on this ladder are those that acknowledge reality. These people live based on the reality principle that Jack Welch, the CEO of General Electric, former CEO of General Electric, enunciated. He said this set of people see things the way they are, not the way they would be. People that are accountable see things the way they are. They don't revel in wishful thinking. They see things the way they are. They acknowledge reality. They acknowledge that we have a challenge here. And the first thing towards solving a problem is to actually acknowledge that there is a challenge. The next step of those that take responsibility, those that take responsibility to solve problems, are those that own the problem. They take ownership. They take a position. They do not vacillate. They don't move from one position to another position. They take a firm position and say, I own this problem. You can hold me to it. I'm going to deliver. If anything goes wrong, hold me accountable. These people take a position, and every organization revel when they have people that operate like this. The third, on the level of those that are accountable, are those that find solutions. They find solutions. Not only do they acknowledge reality, not only do they take ownership, find solution. And if they cannot find a solution, they create one. Every organization is looking for solution providers and solve problems, people that can find answers. And if you are one of such people, fellow Toastmasters, if you are one person that knows how to find solutions, you will never lack opportunity. The last but not the least are those that know how to implement solutions. These are the people that know how to. Strategy is nothing without execution. People not only acknowledge that there is a problem, they take ownership of the problem, they find the solution, and they execute. And because they are able to execute, they are always in high demand. Fellow Toastmasters, so these are the 8 steps on the ladder of accountability. The first set of people live in denial. The next set of people blame others. The third set give excuses. The fourth set, they wait and hope that things will change, which most of the time it does not. The fifth set of people acknowledge. The sixth set of people take ownership. The second set, they find the solution, and if they cannot find one, they create one. And finally, the last set, they execute. My charge to everybody today is that you must learn to become somebody that executes. And if you know how to execute. In closing, fellow Toastmasters, if you find a way to execute, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, if you are somebody that knows how to execute, you will never lack opportunity. The Toastmaster.
Beautifully put in there, Toastmaster Femi Adeoti. Thank you very much for that revealing speech. Listening to you just took me back to those midnights we spent together and all of the coaching and mentoring from you. Thank you so much for bringing those thoughts back to me this morning. Moving on, we'll move on to another segment of the meeting, which was organized by the division. It's called the Club Body Program. The division director had earlier on given us an idea of what this would be. And to kick the ball rolling, I would like to introduce Toastmaster Abubakar Gimba, who's going to tell us what the Club Body Program is about. Toastmaster Gimba is the current Vice President Education of Lighthouse Prestige Toastmasters Club. He joined Toastmasters in the year 2018. He works as a project manager. When he is not eating or sleeping, Toastmaster Abubakar Gimba loves to do some reading. Please join me to welcome Toastmaster Abubakar Gimba as he speaks to us this morning about the Club Body Program. Dr. Abubakar, please.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Kayode, the Toastmaster of the day. You're doing well. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters and guests, if there are any, I joined Toastmasters in 2018, January 2018. My New Year's resolution for that year was to join Toastmasters and to take it serious. So when I joined, I saw that this is a quality environment. This is where I'm supposed to be. This environment is meant for me. Looking back now, when I think of most of the people here, the distinguished Toastmasters, the veterans, or the bodies, I would like to refer to them, what you did impacted on me. You did something in 2010 or 2011 or 2012. You gave your speeches, you got your ACB, you got your ALB. But here I am in 2018 thinking, wow, the people that were here actually did an amazing job. You never did anything you did for just yourself. When I looked at the manual for CC and I looked at the manual for ACB, I thought to myself, how can this be done? It's not possible. But then here I am saying Toastmaster Kayode Yusuf, a distinguished Toastmaster, and I think to myself, this can be done. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to appreciate what you did because it didn't just impact on you, it impacted on us that came into from the future, and I believe it's going to impact the rest of the Toastmasters that will join us in the future. I want to appreciate you all. I really cannot say exactly, I can't put words how I feel about what you did, but today, as the district division director, Toastmaster Chidi, distinguished Toastmaster Chidi, has decided to run this event. We are going to celebrate you today by calling you veterans. When we say oldies, we don't mean that you're old, we mean you're gold. And we want to assign you to clubs as club bodies. Officially, as TI recognizes, a new club has a mentor, just like Didi said. A struggling club has a coach. But what about the healthy clubs? What do they have? We want to bridge that gap, and we want to have a body. A body is simply somebody in an informal environment that you can reach out to for help. We want a situation where what you have done wouldn't go unmentioned, but we know you have so much to give. Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmasters. For someone like Big Mike, for example, he wants to help. He wants to help clubs. He wants to see that clubs are thriving. So we want to help you by giving you a club as a body. District Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Patrick, will be a body to all of the clubs. He has agreed to that, even if he hasn't, because this District Director belongs to us all. So Distinguished Toastmaster Patrick, you will be assigned to all of the clubs as a body. The rest of us here will be assigned to a particular club. And we are thinking of having 2 bodies per club. I don't want us to think of this as extra work or additional commitment. It's an informal environment. We want a situation where you attend club meetings. Now that we're doing it online, you get to teach your clubs. These clubs benefit from you, and then you get to benefit for maybe doing something in the modern environments. Pardon me. So I would like to move on with this. I would like to call on the Bulletin Master, this Division Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Chidi. Distinguished Toastmaster Chidi, please let's start the balloting process. So what we're going to do is this. We have assigned ballots. We're going to spin it randomly, and this is when we have a batch of bodies. We extract you, and then we assign you to a club, and then after the meeting, we would come out with all the clubs, and then we read out your profiles, and then we take it from there. So Toastmaster Chidi, are you there?
I'm here.
Thank you so much. Can we please start? We need to project our screens. Okay, thank you so much. We have the first batch of the veterans. We would eliminate as soon as we assign you to a club. So please, let's start spinning the wheel.
Please confirm the club we're spinning for.
We will start with Ikeja Toastmasters Club, please. Toastmaster Abby. Toastmaster Abby, you will be assigned to Ikeja Toastmasters Club.
Okay, so I get the first pick.
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, I believe this must have taken Toastmaster Abby out of the wheel.
Yes, it has.
Okay, let's move on to Seaside Toastmasters Club, please.
Okay.
I can see you better not have a preference. Distinguished Toastmaster Abayomi Ayeshimoju, Seaside Toastmasters Club. Thank you. The next club is Total Toastmasters Club, please. Toastmaster Yawande. Toastmaster Yonde, you will be assigned to Total Toastmasters Club. Thank you. Okay, the next club is Eagle Toastmasters Club, please. Toastmaster Matthew, distinguished Toastmaster Matthew. Toastmaster Matthew got his distinguished status last year. Distinguished Toastmaster Matthew. The next club is AWN Toastmasters Club.
What's happening?
Toastmaster John Onomiya. Toastmaster John, you'll be assigned to AWN. I'm sure the distinguished Toastmaster Chidi is excited about this. The next club is Commercial Hub Toastmasters Club. Now I'm curious which one we're getting for prestige. Toastmaster Ibrahim Fatoimbo. I hope I got that pronunciation right. Please forgive me if I don't. Commercial Hub, Toastmaster Ibrahim. The next club is Ganye Gardens. Distinguished Toastmaster Ifeanyi, you will be assigned to Ganye Gardens. The next club is Lighthouse Toastmasters. Even if distinguished Toastmaster gets this, I am asking us again. That is his club. Distinguished Toastmaster Mike, Big Mike,
hooray!
Assigned to Lighthouse Toastmasters.
Hooray!
Is that the president of Lighthouse?
Yes, sir.
Toastmaster Larry, I am snatching this man away from you.
No. It's too big to share.
True. Next club is Lighthouse Prestige Toastmasters Club, please. This is my club. Yes. Distinguished Toastmaster Rashidat, you will be assigned to Lighthouse Prestige Toastmasters Club. This is going to be fun. The next club is Sunshine Toastmasters Club. Sunshine. Distinguished Toastmaster Oluyemi. Wow. Distinguished Toastmaster Oluyemi will be assigned to Sunshine Toastmasters Club. The next club is Surulere Toastmasters Club, please. Distinguished Toastmaster Oyi. Distinguished Toastmaster Oyi will be assigned to Surulere Toastmasters Club. She is not here today. She has a bit of an emergency, but we will communicate this to her. The next club is Merit Toastmasters Club, please. Oh no!
Wow!
We will respin. Because the goodness is too much. Distinguished Toastmaster Rex.
That one.
Yes, so Distinguished Toastmaster Rex will be assigned to Merit Toastmasters Club. Our next club is Yaba Tech Toastmasters Club. Distinguished
Wow.
Mr. Stella, you'll
Wow.
be assigned to Yabatech Toastmasters Club. The next club on our agenda is Lentor. Distinguished Toastmaster Monishola, you will be assigned to Lentor. Correct me if I am wrong, Division Director, but it's almost as if we've reached the end of the first round. We have 14 clubs here. Could you please guide me on the remaining 2?
Please confirm you've called by elevation and resolute.
No, I haven't.
Ha, those are the 2 outstanding.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, distinguished Mr. Chidi. The next club is Elevation. Elevation Toastmasters Club, please. But distinguished Mr. Kaibe is familiar with. Aha. Double distinguished Toastmaster Oladele Olunike, you will be assigned to Elevation Toastmasters Club, please. And that leaves us with distinguished Toastmaster Kayode, you will be assigned to Resolute Toastmasters Club. I can't believe you are the last, but that doesn't mean you are the least. Thank you so much. Now, please, let's quickly do the second round. We've already assigned 16 veterans. The remaining 16 will be also assigned. So per club, we expect to have 2 bodies. So think of this as an assistant body. Okay.
Let me know when you're ready to go.
2, yes, please. For batch 2, let's start with Ikeja Toastmasters Club, please. This is the first club on our list. Toastmaster Linda, you will be assigned to Ikeja Toastmasters Club. The next club is Seaside Toastmasters Club, please. Okay, distinguished Toastmaster Alex, you will be assigned to Seaside. Thank you very much. The next club is Total Toastmasters Club. Mr. Femi, you will be assigned to Total. The next club is Eagle Toastmasters Club, please. Toastmaster Jacquet, my great mentor, you'll be assigned to Eagle Toastmasters Club alongside Toastmaster Matthew. Next club is AWN Club, please. We already have Toastmaster John here. Distinguished Toastmaster Chima. Okay, you'll be assigned to AWN Toastmasters Club. He's not here today, but we will communicate this to him. The next club is Commercial Hub. Toastmaster Anna. Toastmaster Anna will be assigned to Commercial Hub. The next club is Ganye Gardens, please. I'm sure Toastmaster Anna is feeling bad. He's not going to be in the same club with. Toastmaster Mimi. Toastmaster Mimi, you will be assigned to Ganye Gardens. The next club is Lighthouse Toastmasters. Toastmaster Duni. Okay, Toastmaster Lara, you seem to be getting swapping out the accolades. I'll come and bribe you to see if we can exchange. Okay. The next club is Lighthouse Prestige Toastmasters Club. We already have distinguished Toastmaster Ibrahim. Okay. Welcome to Prestige. The next club is Sunshine. Toastmaster Inam, you'll be assigned to Sunshine Toastmasters Club, please. The next club is Surulere. Toastmaster Adiola Oshifeko, you will be assigned to Surulere Toastmasters Club. The next club is Merit. Toastmaster Ichiru Morgan. Okay, you'll be assigned to Merit Toastmasters Club, please. The next club is Yaba Tech. Distinguished Toastmaster Stella has been assigned already to Yaba Tech. Distinguished Toastmaster Femi Kolajo, you will be assigned to Yaba Tech Toastmasters Club. The next club is Lentor, brand new. You will be assigned to Lentor. The next club is Elevation. Toastmaster Akinshiwaju, you will be assigned to Elevation. That leaves us with Toastmaster David. Toastmaster David, which club will you be assigned to?
Resolute.
Resolute. Thank you so much. Okay, we have completed the balloting. Now we've assigned two clubs each to two bodies rather each to all the clubs. Now can we quickly meet our bodies? Toastmaster Ayola.
Yes, I'm here.
Can we meet our bodies?
Okay, so I'll mention the name, then I would follow up with the. Okay, first, the first club considered was a Ikeja club. We have Team Abi Shuwemo and Team Linda Obidike.
Yes. Thank you so much. We've already met Toastmaster Abi this afternoon when she played the role today. Toastmaster Linda. Toastmaster Linda, unfortunately, I don't have your profile. You can share this with me after the meeting and we would do a flyer with it and distribute it. But for now, I don't have your profile. I am so sorry about this. Can we move on to the next club, please?
Gimba, please, can we contact the bodies after the meeting, because we have about 13 minutes left and we still have the evaluation session to complete. Would that be possible?
Yeah, sure. That will be fine. We can, okay, at this point, with the permission of the division director, Mr. Chidi, should we distribute the flyers after the meeting?
Absolutely. So that we don't be.
Thank you so much.
Yes, we can go ahead with it.
Okay. Toastmaster of the day, distinguished Mr. Kaide Yusuf, please take over.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Gimba, and congratulations to all of our bodies. When the when the picker wheel is being rolled, I usually would expect that you would win a car or an airplane. But today, we got to win clubs. This is so exciting. And I'm looking forward to working with Resolute Toastmasters Club. I hope that other bodies are also looking forward to working with the clubs that they are assigned to. At this moment, so that we can close the meeting on time, I'd want to return control of the meeting back to our general evaluator. Mr. General Evaluator, please, we have 12 minutes to go, so would want each team player to have a maximum of 2 minutes, if possible, 1 minute for those that can spend a minute to give their reports. Toastmaster Ibrahim Fatoyinbo, past president of Ikeja Toastmasters Club, over to you, sir.
Yeah. All right, thank you so much, the Toastmaster of the day. Without much ado, I'll move to the grammarian, TM Happy, to give our reports.
Thank you very much. Like Kadi said before, when the wind was spilling, I thought I was watching The Price is Right. But of course, I had to bring myself back to earth. So the grammarian of the day, the word was revel. Now, when they started the speeches, the prepared speeches, I closed my eyes and I thought that I was actually back at my very first meeting of Eagles Toastmaster at Ocean View. This is years ago, because the speeches were just great. But what I have noticed along the years is that the grammarian, forgets to tell us the correct use of the word. Everyone wants to use the word as long as they're using it, but then we have to use it in the right context. So what I've done, yes, I have a list of people who use it very, very well, fantastic. Big Mac used it. I won't tell you how many times, but General Evaluator used it, Toastmaster of the Day used it, Table Topics Master used it, Folake Fashioner used it, Grace Braid used it, Yawande used it, Adiola used it, Adeoshun used it, Femi Adeoti used it. But you see, the correct way to use that word, we can't say we have a reveling presentation. It doesn't work in. When you revel, you are in celebration. So are we going to say it's a celebratory presentation? That, I didn't find right. So you have to know when to use the verb revel, reveling, or revel. The best user for today was Femi Adeoti and our Table Topics Master. They used it fantastic. Now, there's a word that I wanted to just correct very quickly. When you're giving a speech and you are correcting a speech, because it's in a speech, the word jerking might not come into a speech. So when you say stutter, yes, you stutter in a speech, but when you jerk, things jerk, not a speech. So a speech can't jerk. It's a car that can jerk. In a speech, you're either stuttering or you have pause fillers. So old is gold. I love this today. The whole thing was fantastic. Everybody kept to well-used words. But like I said before, we need to go back to telling our participants the right way to use the word of the day. It's not just okay for everyone to use the word, but use the word in the right way. Thank you, the General Evaluator.
All right, thank you, Toastmaster Happy. So I'll move to the hard counter of today. That's distinguished Toastmaster Stella Odwan, please. Hello, Toastmaster Stella. Okay, while we're waiting, I think we should move to the timekeeper, and that's Toastmaster Ruth Ejioma.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Yeah, sorry, I'm here. So everybody was on time for the table topic session, but for the prepared speech, DTM Oluyemi spoke for 4 minutes, 45 seconds, and DTM Femi spoke for 6 minutes, 50 seconds. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. So let's hear from our distinguished Toastmaster, Big Mike Omotosho, as a listening evaluator.
Thank you, GE. I've got 3 quick questions. The first one comes from distinguished Toastmaster Femi Adeoti. Please, you can unmute yourself if you have the answers. I want somebody to quickly run through the 8 characteristics on the ladder of leadership that he mentioned. Quickly, anybody. He divided those into 2 groups, 4 and 4. Somebody to name 4.
Rashida has got the book.
Okay.
The first one is
okay.
denial.
The first one, those who live in denial, those who blame others, those who give excuses, and those who wait and hope.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rashida. Someone to name the other 4.
Okay. The first one are those who acknowledge reality. Then those who own it and take a position. Then we have those who create or find solution. And the last one are those who actually implement the solutions.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yoande. I appreciate it. Now, it gets trickier now. During Toastmaster Adeosun's speech, he thought his postgraduate program was going to be a walk in the park. Eventually, he ended up spending how many calendar years?
Five
calendar years.
5 calendar years.
And how many academic years?
No, 5 academic, 4 calendar.
4 academic.
Oh,
4 academic years.
Yeah, it's actually 5 calendar years and then 4 academic years. Now, the final question. Yes. The final question. During Toastmaster Ayeshimoju's table topic session, we had the first speaker, the second speaker, and then she called the third speaker. But the third speaker didn't get to the virtual podium on time. She now mentioned another name. Who did she call?
Falake?
That one.
Yeah, Falake took it.
No, she called Toastmaster Maureen Udeze.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, the General Evaluator. I hope we've all had fun. This is a constant reminder that we've got 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we can listen more. Incidentally, we actually think 4 times as fast as we speak. So there's this urge to want to talk whenever somebody is talking. So it's got to be a constant restraint to want to listen and not talk.
Yeah, thank you
Have a
so
beautiful
much,
week.
Big Mike.
Thank you, GE.
Omotosho, the TM. That was a very fantastic one. Thank you so much. I don't know if the counter is available now. The TM Stella Odua. Okay, I think while we wait for our evaluation, I think it's important for us to reach out to the prepared speech evaluator. Toastmaster over there, am I?
Yeah, Adela.
All right. So like the first speaker, okay, yes. First speaker, Oluyemi Adeosun, that's the TM, and was evaluated by TM. Please go ahead.
Okay.
General evaluator, I am very pleased to. Okay, let's distinguish Toastmasters.
Okay.
Okay, the general evaluator, fellow Toastmasters and our guests. My role as the counter, I noticed that there were a few people, very few anyway, because they are all veterans. So I'm quite glad about that. I noticed that Toastmaster and Toastmaster Adiola Oshifeko had 2, while Toastmaster Gimba had 2 repetitions. I can't, cannot. And Toastmaster Mike had 1 Other than that, I didn't notice any other pause fillers for today's meeting. So that was very good. Well done.
Yeah, thank you so much, distinguished
Don't do
Toastmaster
that
Stella
thing.
Odua. All right. So
Hello,
over
did
to
you hear
you.
me?
I didn't get that.
You did not hear me?
Maybe you should take that again.
We heard you. Okay, I said Toastmaster.
We heard you. We heard you clearly. We heard you clearly.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you.
So over to you, the evaluator.
Right. Distinguished Toastmaster Oluyemi Adeosun, I'm so honored to be evaluating your speech because I've always looked up to you in terms of leadership, presentation, and now I have the honor to critique your speech. And these are my opinions. Distinguished Toastmaster Adeosun, I like the fact that you used a personal story to examine the good side and the bad side of the Nigerian educational system. I don't even think that there's so much of the good side compared to the bad side. I also like the way you transited from one idea to the other, especially when you recounted all the topsy-turviness that goes with the doctorate program at the University of Lagos. What would I have loved to see in your presentation? I was expecting to hear the tone of certain, expressions, especially your 24 published articles. It was said in a very bland way, like 24. 24! I wanted to hear that in your tone. I also wanted to, see some form of purposeful gesticulations, not actually gesticulations, but purposeful gestures rather, not gesticulations. I didn't see that, although you had a very warm smile on your face all through the presentation. There were no purposeful gestures. I also noticed that when you were pronouncing a word literally, you said literary. So I would have expected from a veteran to hear that word literally pronounced as it should be pronounced. And then I also expected that after telling us your stories and your accomplishments, there were supposed to be takeaways, lessons from all that you had experienced during your experience at the University of Lagos. I didn't hear that, so I think that your speech, all in all, was fantastic. I liked the use of your narratives. I liked your personal story. I like the fact that you brought an important topic to light. I hope it goes beyond just a presentation today and that it actually goes into advocacy so that in the end, a veteran won't just be presenting such an insightful and attention-driven topic, but one that should be heard by the right people in the society. Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster.
All right, thank you.
Adeosun.
Thank you. And now I would like to call on distinguished Toastmaster Oladele Olunike. But I like to say this about him. I think one of his presentation, he mentioned this, and I love the quote so much. And I just have to retrieve it before I bring him to the virtual lectern to give his evaluation. He says, if you know where you are going, your journey is short. If you know how to get there, your journey is shorter. If you know who has got there, your journey is shortest. If you are willing to submit to what has got someone who has got there by apprenticeship, and he or she is willing to take you by mentorship, congratulations, you are there. Just talking about the need for mentorship and how to really achieve your set goals. So, distinguished Toastmaster Oladele, I appreciate you, and I'm sure I just like to give credit to those that I have learned from. So distinguished Toastmaster, the virtual lectern is yours. Please, can you give your evaluation of Toastmaster Femi Adeoti?
Thank you very much, Mr. General Evaluator. Distinguished Toastmaster Femi Adeoti, I did promise you that because I recognize that you're a veteran and someone who has held leadership positions in personal, professional, and public life, my bar of evaluation will be high. You began your presentation as a maverick will begin by borrowing authority from an established authority to give authority to what you wanted to say by using a quote from Brian Tracy. And you used it very professionally because you gave us a one-liner of who Brian Tracy is, and then you segued into the quote to lend credence to what you therefore said after. This is one particular professional way to give authority to what you intend to say. Well done. You used visual aids because in addition to the content of your speech, you wanted to give a visual representation of what you're saying. One of the 6 S's of professional speaking is show me what you mean. And your visual aids did that excellently. Well done. You had a very impressive virtual presence. I love your complementary virtual background, which is an office environment, and complemented your C-suite executive status as you presented. I love the fact that you broke down your presentation into parts, logical, sequential parts, which helped the audience. I, as a member of your audience, was able to follow you systemically and logically. When you said you were going to give 8 points, you immediately framed our expectation. So we knew what we needed to look forward to. Well done. I love the fact that even though you used visual aids, you did not use visual aids as a presentation crutch that you began leaning on if perhaps you had lost your presentation legs. But you talked your presentation, it was conversational, it was personal. Well done. You complemented your talking, your presentation with amplifying it with appropriate gestures as at when due. Well done. Your use of the word of the day is quite commendable. It means that as a leader, within a short while, you could think on your feet and modify your speech to meet a particular audience as at when due. You had the executive presence of one who is a C-suite executive, so your presentation was measured. You had a measured delivery. I'm going to suggest to you, as someone who has held leadership capacity and continues to do the same in personal, professional, and public life, so please be mindful of the following. I know you know these things because I'm aware of the responsibilities you've held in the corporate world so far. So when you deliver an insightful presentation, one which has an ilk of a robust research, you want to quote your sources, the sources of your facts. In addition to that, it is important to give a presentation that seems a bit technical a human face. So you want to humanize your presentation with personal anecdotes of your own personal experience of having been journeying through the professional world of each of those points, personal experiences that you have in them. I did mention to you that there's a slight difference between delivering in a real life situation before a live audience and also in the virtual space. I'll remind you to be cautious. Find where the focal length of your camera is before you begin to present, so that it does not look as if you're looking away from your audience. Please mind the following words also for proper pronunciation, which also gives credibility to someone who will be considered a maverick in the way you pronounce words. The word accountability, assume, challenges, reality, These words, please mind how you pronounce them. I would encourage you to work on your diction. I sense you were sitting on a swivel chair, so there were times you were rocking backward, and each time you did, it cut you off. You look distant away from us. I must commend the fact that you were able to recap your 8 points, which reminded us of what you had said, because in speaking we teach. Tell them what you want to say in the beginning, tell them, and at the end of the day, remind them what you told them. And you were able to achieve these 3 key parts of any great presentation. Among several of your instructive statements, one stands out for me. It says, strategy is nothing without execution. Brilliant.
Yeah, that's correct.
I love your tone of finality, and I must commend that your presentation was filled with insight, it was informative, and it was instructive. Congratulations. The Toastmaster of the day.
All right. Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Olunike. That was a very concise and detailed evaluation. No one would expect less from a veteran. That was wonderful. So at this juncture, I'll quickly give my own evaluation as a general evaluator of today's meeting. And to start with, it was a very interesting meeting, amazing one. Good to see old faces, learning from them, because at Toastmasters, you always learn, you relearn, and you unlearn. Indeed, I have learned a lot. I'm sure others too would have done so. So to start with, the table topics was very awesome. You wouldn't expect anything less from a veteran who crafted a topic that is in tandem with the theme of the meeting, which is the oldies. And the topic is what I call psychological proximity, because those topics were something that everybody could relate with the theme of the meeting. That was so fantastic and awesome. Another thing is the participant of the table topics. It was very awesome. The swift response and the way they comport themselves was amazing. And also the evaluators too was fantastic. Coming to the prepared speeches, it was well articulated and well delivered. The evaluators, fantastic. Time management too was awesome, and above all, everything went well. And you can see from the grammarian, the Toastmaster of the day, the accountant, the listening evaluator, everybody were very attentive and they delivered the best. And indeed, it was a splendiferous meeting, and hope to have more of this oldies meeting, the Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Mr. General Evaluator. Permit me, another district meeting started 9 minutes ago, and I needed to start that meeting with them. Thank you for your wonderful reports, and I think that at this stage, it is time for me to hand over controls back to the managers of the meeting today. But I don't think it will be fair to do that without acknowledging the presence of a sister division, the presence of the Division G Director. We have here with us Dr. Susie Akupupulampu. Dr. Susie is the CEO of Octane BC Limited, a fund management and investment advisory firm, domiciled in Accra, Ghana. She also serves as the Division G Director, and she fortunately was just bestowed with the honor of a distinguished Toastmaster. Welcome and thank you for joining us, distinguished Toastmaster Susie. With this said, thank you very much everyone for being a wonderful audience, for participating in this meeting and for making us have a convivial time together. Thank you so much to all of our oldies. Thank you for gracing us with your presence, and most importantly for participating. It would have been a different thing if you came here to just listen to us speak, but I think it's more exciting that we see you take over control of the meeting today. Thank you very much. To the division leaders and to those who put this meeting together, thank you so much for the creativity and innovation for this. This is the first time I'm attending something like this, and I must commend this meeting. I can only hope that as we begin to overcome this scourge of COVID and as things begin to return back to normal, that we can actually have meetings like this in person. So big ups to you, and please plan more exciting things like this for us. And in closing, I would want to hand over this meeting to the Program Quality Director for Division F, Toastmaster Abdullahi Jimo. Toastmaster Abdullahi, please.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Kayode Yusuf. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I'll wrap this up in just about 2 minutes. A big thanks to everyone. Very nice to see these old faces once again. Let's thank you all for being here. Toastmaster Femi Kolaju, apologies, you got the invitation quite late, but I'm really glad to still see you joined us. Toastmaster Abubakar Gimba, my assistant, you single-handedly did about 75 to 80% of the arrangement for this meeting. Thank you for that. Please, everyone, watch out for our upcoming programs in the month of September. First, we are having a partnership with the Lagos Business School. More details about that in September. We're having a mentorship program that will be chaired by Toastmaster Yewande Tekim Rex. Thankfully, she's here. Will give us more details about that subsequently. Club contest for humorous and table topics contest, club level, starts September as well. And most importantly, we're having a division debate in September as well. So we're all prepared for this. Please, please join us. Keep showing us the love, the support, and keep being present now throughout this administration. Thank you so much for attending today's meeting. We look forward to seeing your beautiful but not old faces again. Thank you. Do have a nice day, everyone.
Thank you, kiddos. Awesome job. Awesome job. Hold on.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Auntie
Thank you
Abby.
so much for the privilege of having this meeting. It was quite awesome and enjoyable.
That was a good one.
Thank you,
everyone. Thank you, everyone. Good
everyone. Thanks, Judy. Kayode.
Good evening, sir.
Hello, everyone. My governor, Mike Omotosho, TTM, are you still there? And my DD, Dr. Bayemi.
Yeah, where are you blowing from?
I'm with Jeff Bezos in outer space.
Exactly. You look you look Bezos-like.
Yes.
Oh, you did go with Richard.
No, I didn't. Branson was too early for me. Yes, Richard Branson was too early for me.
Well, that's
Good
what
to
body
see
can
you.
do.
Yeah.
They say they want to start mining asteroids now.
Yes, they start looking for oil, silver, and gold in Mars.
Mars gold.
Yes.
Well done. That's the family.
Nice to meet you, Doctor. Family is
Everybody
fine.
well?
Yes,
Very
everybody's
good.
fine.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So now, Oludike?
I'm sure they've all taken off.
No, he's here. Oludike is here. He's the Mexican on the call.
Oh, okay. The man with the hat full of tricks. Hat tricks.
Mexican hat.
Yes.
And Wilson. Good evening, sirs.
Good evening.
I thought you disappeared to do some tricks with your hat.
No.
I'm here in flesh and blood.
Oh, very good. I can see that now. Your head is covering your number though, the numbers behind your back. So those of us who would like to call you, we can't see the number. In full.
It's part of the trick.
Well,
yes.
Not intentional.
So that's my feedback.
It's part of the trick.
Oh, Linike.
It wasn't intentional.
I know. Good to see you. I'm trying to figure out your glasses though.
Same here, sir. Yes.
They look rather unique.
You mean where
I'm trying to figure out your glasses.
They are a pair of, yes,
Okay.
they are a pair of unique glasses.
It's as if he's wearing three glasses at the same time.
Exactly. So I was kind of confused.
It's one of the tricks. It's one of the tricks.
Yeah. Those glasses can see, Olenike, those glasses can see the future.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, I tell you.
Hello, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening. How are you doing, Pastor George?
Doctor.
Hello. Hello.
Olunike, we would like to have you in our meeting. Okay? I'm extending that
I'm here to receive an invitation. I'm here to receive an invitation.
We will speak to you. Hello,
That
DTM.
would be great. Be my delight.
I'm so excited.
DTM Olunike, I like this, your Haba Macaulay mustache.
Well, they said it's the best front meeting, so we needed to look a bit better.
Yeah. You've gone to River State this time around.
Good to see you, Barrister Kolajo.
It's really nice to see you, sir. No, you're not seeing my face.
Same here, sir.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. Bye, everyone. See you guys soon.
All right.
Bye. Bye.
Yeah.
Club buddies for the 2021/2022. Yeah. Seaside Toastmasters, Distinguished Toastmaster Bayomi Ayesumojo. We get the Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Abi Shuremimo. Eagles Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Adejoke Adeshino. Surulere Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Adeola Osifeko. Elevation Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Akinsiwaju Shonya. Seaside Toastmasters Club, Distinguished Toastmaster Alexa Gotia. Lighthouse Toastmasters Club, Hurricane D, Distinguished Toastmaster Duni Ola Sheho. Commercial Hub Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Eno Temofe Bona. Yabotek Toastmasters Club, Distinguished Toastmaster Femi Kolajo. Commercial Hub Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Fatoyinbo Ibrahim. Lighthouse Prestige Toastmasters Club, Distinguished Toastmaster Ibrahim Owolabi. Ganye Gardens Toastmasters Club of Patrol Toastmasters Club, Distinguished Toastmaster Ifeanyi Yomoike. Sunshine Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Inam Wilson. AWN Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster John Onumia. Resolute Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Distinguished Toastmaster Kayode Yusuf. Ikeja Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Linda Obidike. Eagles Toastmasters Club, Distinguished Toastmaster Matthew Omoaka. Lighthouse Toastmasters Club, Distinguished Toastmaster Mike Omotosho.
Ganye Gardens Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Mimi Leke. Line Toastmasters Club, Distinguished Toastmaster Monisola Ayetimodu. Merit Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Nkiru Morgan. Elevation Toastmasters Club, Double Distinguished Toastmaster Oladele Olunike. Total Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Olufemi Adeoti. Sunshine Toastmasters Club, Distinguished Toastmaster Oluyemi Adeosun. Surulere Toastmasters Club, Distinguished Toastmaster Oyin Egbeyemi. Lighthouse Prestige Toastmasters Club, Distinguished Toastmaster Rashidat Bello. Merit Toastmasters Club, Distinguished Toastmaster Rex Iteke. Yabotek Toastmasters Club, Distinguished Toastmaster Stella Odunwa. There you have it, our club bodies for Toastmasters Nigeria Division F clubs for the 2021-2022 mandate. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. Was super excited. You made our event spectacular. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your week. Au revoir and bye.
Thank you, Didi.
Thank you. Mr. Abubakar, thank you so much for accommodating me and my, what do I call it?
Your demands.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you
well.
for guidance. Yeah, we love it. So now we have learned that whatever we need to do, we have to have approval from the top. Thank you.
Right, I agree.
All right.
All right.